बहुत Vickey.
Yes, sir. I'm very sorry to bother you.
No, bolo. You want to do?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Yeah,
Hello.
fine. हाँ sir. So very quickly. So I'm going to ask you obviously some questions which have already been asked, so don't
I'm
feel
I'm
bad.
imagining that's the case.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So sir, we'll start with here that you becoming father all over again. How does it feel?
It feels great. Every phase. What did they say? You never set foot in the same river twice. You know what that means? Because the river is constantly moving, no?
Hmm.
So life is like that. This is a good time. I'm very happy,
Hmm.
and I'm happy, with what I'm feeling and experiencing. And I'm very excited. I feel happy and settled. I love my family, and I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to bringing young Tamil into this world.
Fatherhood again, getting up in the night and all. वो सब schedule change हुआ है?
Well, I sleep pretty late anyway. So if he's up, I get to see him. So that's really not a problem. And of course, these things are part of it.
The name, it was your choice. It was Karina's choice.
I gave her a few choices, and this is the one she liked the most.
And then the animosity which followed, which was so unjustified, I thought.
Well, it's nice of you to say you didn't think so, and a lot of people wrote positive and supportive articles, which makes me feel that that's fine. I mean, the idea is I didn't name him after anybody in particular. It's just the meaning of the name and the sound of the name is something I like. I like the name Tamil. I think it suits him, and it means iron, and it's an old Persian word, and that's it. Saif means sword, Tamil means iron. That's it. Any resemblance to anyone living or dead is coincidental, as they say in movies.
आपको लगता है रियल में अभी भी we are living in a liberal society?
I am, and the people around me are liberal. My friends are liberal. My family is liberal. I don't know what's happening all over, and I'm not really bothered as long as nobody attacks me or burns my house down. Then I'll know that it's like not liberal. But at the moment, it is quite liberal. I feel still. I mean, of course, there's a lot of talk and there's a lot of excitement, and people get worked up on social media.
Yeah.
It doesn't really. But that's what social media is for, to exchange ideas and to share your opinions. But that doesn't mean that the basic country is not liberal. I think it kind of is. It's all right.
आप social media पे कभी inclined नहीं होते कि should I go on it or tempted?
No, I thought about it when it started, and I was, it's not something that comes naturally to me because I feel if I keep thinking about what to post and how to give a good impression to the fans, then that makes life a little less natural, I feel, for me. Then where does it stop? I'll be taking pictures of Pataudi, pictures of my lovely hotel in London, or, our house, or my son, or my wife, or my mother. I mean, there's no end to what and any public thing I do ends up on the internet anyway when I want. Somebody else takes the picture. So there is a presence. But having to make a comment on everything is too much pressure for me. I mean, I'll keep thinking what is a cool thing to say, or what is the interesting thing to say, and I'd rather think the thoughts I'm thinking and talk to people in real life and connect. Like when Karina had Taimur, I didn't take any pictures because I wanted to experience the moment. I wanted to look at her and see her face and connect to her. If I'm taking her picture, I can't connect to her. And that moment is lost in a way.
Yeah,
so
actually,
life is also like that.
We are all doing that, chasing just the camera. Yeah.
I think so. In a way, it's happening a lot, which is okay. It's fun for a while, but you must be able to have a balance. I'm not saying don't do it, but I'm saying sometimes it's making me wonder. Social media, meaning people are getting dressed up for the picture, not really for the party.
Yeah.
So it's good to have a party and talk to each other. And some cultures, phones are not allowed, pictures are not allowed. Like Annabelle's is a nightclub in London. You can't take pictures.
Okay.
I think it's quite cool.
Can you stay without your phone? I mean,
see, now Bombay, driving from home to, studio to home is so boring sometimes. But if I can do an interview with you, then the time passes nicely. But I can't do an interview every day. So it's something on the phone, I use my phone to use the internet. If I'm reading something, I look up, what it means. Or if something connected to that thing. Like I want to know why Hitler hated the Jews so much. What was the reason? Like, what was he trying to do? I like to read about history like that. I want to read about things I don't know about. And there's some shocking things that, and I like history. So my phone is like an internet dictionary or encyclopedia. And of course, I'm connected to my family and my friends, and I like messaging them and chatting with them.
So you're not
But
complaining about the SMS and the WhatsApp part of
I'm not
yeah.
complaining about the email. I'm not even complaining about the internet.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm not complaining at all. I'm
Hmm.
saying the whole thing is lovely.
Hmm.
But me myself,
Hmm.
if I decide that I want to be posting things,
Hmm.
I think it will make me it'll take something away from my enjoying my life. Not really,
Hmm.
but like in a small way. Like if I'm having a party and I say, okay, now I want to show my fans what we're doing.
Yeah.
Then am I supposed to be enjoying the party then I say यार photo अच्छी नहीं आई फिर से करो
Hmm.
ये भी दिखाओ वो
ये
करो
भी होता
I
है
don't
हाँ.
know so it gets a little bit too much for me I feel
Yeah.
but that's just a very personal choice I think it's great that stars do it and actors do it at least people get to see them and enjoy them. So it's a very to each their own it's a personal thing मैं कोई judgment नहीं कर रहा हूँ कि
Hmm.
this is good or this is bad I'm just saying for me like I'll tell you once I went to Prague
Hmm.
on a shoot and it's so beautiful the sunset and this castle was there
Hmm.
and I was driving past it and I was messaging my wife only and saying landed such a lovely place and then suddenly I realized that I'm typing but I'm not seeing the place.
Yeah.
So I put down the phone and I sat and I watched the whole drive for like half an hour
Hmm.
and I remember that now
Yeah.
and I think it added to me
Yeah.
that beauty somewhere.
What
Then
is?
later I messaged it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm totally relating to this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So sometimes you have to watch the sunset.
Hmm.
You have to, dress up and talk to people, enjoy life, or just, with that connection.
Yeah.
And then if somebody takes a picture, great. But the main thing can't be to try and impress people with like a great post.
How is your wife in that matter?
She loves reading it.
Hmm.
She loves the net. She loves, she's attached to her phone. And it keeps, it's a good time pass. But in that sense,
You're different.
I think we are different in the sense that I would rather read a book or, but she does other things. She tells me she follows blogs and fashion and clothes and it's not, and likes to know what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm a bit silly like that. I can just like
Zone out and be in
yeah,
your
zone
space.
out and leave my space, talk to a couple of people, have a drink, read, learn something new. I think you should do some exercise in the day and you should learn one. And good to know what's happening, but it doesn't take long to catch up, quite honestly, Vicky. It takes like 10 minutes and you'll be up to date with
Correct.
what's happening on social media.
But buying of toys and buying of clothes, are you getting into that aspect of it now?
Well, he's too small yet,
Hmm.
and so many people are giving us presents. But childhood is an amazing thing where you get to relive your own childhood. So certain stories I grew up with, Ramayana, Mahabharata, King Arthur, Vikram and Betal, then international stories like the Greek myths and, the Iliad and Odyssey and Knights of the Round Table and all these stories, King Arthur.
Hmm.
So that's part of life where you read to him, and I'll also play with those toys. I hope the Scalextrics, those cars that go around the track, and painting models of ships and planes. There's so much to do. Making things. We were taught to make things also. Like make like there's books which teach you. The internet is full of it. Like make a ship. Like
Yeah.
a simple thing is to make a paper boat. In the monsoon.
Yeah.
And just put that in the
So that all is going to start now.
Yeah, but the idea is not to to do the simple things,
Hmm.
like the paper boat
Hmm.
and have a race with the water that's going down the gutter outside your building.
Hmm.
That's a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Things like so. I think we're quite grounded that way. It's not like I don't want him wearing designer clothes. I just want him to wear like a normal gunji and normal like tracks or jeans or something.
Yeah.
It's tempting to dress up the kid like Tom Cruise's son, but that's not happening.
आपके घर वाले बोलते होंगे he looks like you and their family. Is that happening with you?
So they say that it's both of us, like my eye shape and everything. Some of us are Afghans, some of them are Peshawis, Hindi blood, English blood. It's like a nice mix of the north. That's what it is.
Yeah. No, it's a common culture in our society. The mother's side will say no, he looks like the mother.
My mother thinks he looks like Dabuji.
Like Dabuji.
Yeah, little bit. Like
Yeah.
Gora. I think he looks like a Kapoor for sure at the moment.
Coming to Rangoon, you have a special connect with Vishal.
Well, I don't know. It's like it's just it's two things actually. To be honest,
Hmm.
it's not. It's because Vishal and I mean, we haven't done every film of his together.
Hmm.
Like sometimes he's offered me stuff that I've not understood, and I hope he forgives me for saying, that yeah, yes, I'm not understanding this
Hmm.
or relating to it. So he's been patient and um not held it against me. And when Sajid said, this Rangoon is very happening,
Hmm.
and I heard the Rangoon script, I jumped up and down. I thought this is the role. So if you're the director and the actor is excited, and if you wait for something special, then hopefully it can be magical because he is a terrific director for sure, and he's definitely really artistic in the work. Otherwise, it's rare to find so much culture in a movie, at least in my career.
Hmm.
Nowadays things are changing. There's some modern guys, but we've done all kinds of movies.
Hmm.
But with the production design being so great and people making such an effort to like really create something you can be proud of, you can show your kids, you can show your,
Yeah.
you can show international people that this is what we made in India last,
Hmm.
and I can be very proud of it because it's more than just me. It's like the hero, the heroine, or the actors.
Hmm.
The whole atmosphere that you got to create. That's
Yeah.
another thing in life altogether, no? The atmosphere of
Is Langda Taki still your best?
I guess it's the most different, and at a time when you're speaking English with a accent, and people are thinking that you can just about do um, a certain kind of role. To break that mold is always something that earns uh, respect, I think.
Challenge.
And so it was impressive. I myself didn't understand how I did it in the sense. I think I underestimate myself quite a lot. Like my Hindi is pretty good. My sense of accents is actually pretty good. It's just the conception of me is quite Angrez, So people were a bit shocked, which is great.
You think in English. When you think, what do you think in?
Definitely think in English, yeah. But nowadays a little bit of Hindi also comes in. Sometimes English doesn't cover the feelings we have. Like, oh, Branchod, ye kya ho gaya? It's a different feeling.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain. But I think in both languages, but predominantly I think in English.
So tell me, sir, why do you left in film since 2013? After that, Agent Vino, then go on. There was a phase where you consciously took a back step. What is it?
It's also no, sorry, I was just saying about thinking in English. It's also it's to do with art and poetry that I've studied.
Yeah.
That is in English. You see that the music, the art, and the poetry, the literature.
Yeah.
Because art and literature kind of teach you how you can live your life. Because we're all going to die. And when you read about heroes, or when you read about what is art is the consolation you get for your mortality. It's like something amazing to experience, some frozen moment in time that lives forever actually. So that is the struggle, because you can't live, you try and create something that can live forever.
Yeah.
So my exposure to art is more Western. So that is why I think in. But I understand it. At least I understand something.
Yeah.
So that is why I think in English. If I had been exposed to Tansen and Begum Akhtar a little more, if I had been exposed to Swami Vivekananda a little more, then maybe I would think in Hindi or in because it's a wonderful philosophy.
Yeah.
But my training is not in that language.
So do you read Gita?
No,
Or...
I mean, understood a little bit, because it's the perfect course to do, which I didn't do, is politics, philosophy, and economics. If I did that course, I would understand a lot more about the world than I do. But I'm trying, and I read a lot. But philosophy is very difficult to understand from just a book unless you've been taught it, because to grasp the inner meaning of everything is not so easy. And especially like Hinduism and Gita and all these are easy to read it, but it's pretty difficult to understand it, honestly.
There was a time when you had the option of choosing that?
No, I mean, I could have gone to university instead of doing parampara. But I chose to come and join movies early because I was a bit of a, uh, naughty boy who wasn't doing his studies properly, like a lot of actors. But so it's not a regret really, but it's an awareness. Yeah. I went to a good school. I've studied in places like same kind of thing as Oxford and Cambridge. These where Isaac Newton.
Yeah.
I mean, I've studied. The same desk has been there for 600 years. It's like pretty amazing. So I respect it. I respect academics, and it gives me a lot of peace of mind to be able to read and to learn. A library is important, and it sounds English or old-fashioned, like a small whiskey and like sitting and reading a book in the library in Pataudi or in Bombay is a wonderful pastime for me.
But how does a star like you is at so much peace to read?
Because I am at peace. Yeah, I mean it's fine. I mean I don't mean to say I've given up on everything, but it's been like 25 years. We made money. We've fairly settled in life. The important things are also there, like family and to live life and to do things and to experience it. And I'm very aware now, Vicky, that time, what are we doing, like sometimes shooting 9 to 9. Like I've not seen Taimur for like 3 days because I leave the house in the morning, I come back, he's fast asleep. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? So I have to balance my life a little more. And I have to, maybe shoot 7 o'clock in the morning to 5 in the evening or something. And say, nahi, aise hi hoga. And then take some time off, 2-3 months.
Big star like you, I'm saying you had so much, stars have this edginess about themselves all the time.
I've been edgy, but at 46, I'm calmer now because I don't feel, I want to compete in the sense with myself. I want to do good work. I'm not saying I've reached some answer to everything, but I genuinely feel calm because I think I've inherited it from my father. I don't like, my mother is very active, she is restless. But my father was not. He was very happy to put on his lungi and kurta and read and play bridge, but doesn't mean he's not living life properly or he's being lazy. He's getting a lot out of the day. But he's reading or chatting or doing something. To other people it sounds like time pass, but it's pretty tough to read and to learn things. It's also a big achievement, because reading the right thing or understanding the right thing can lead to some sort of enlightenment also, It makes you mature, it opens your mind. It's great for your acting job also.
Do you sometimes feel that you should do more films?
Of course, mujhe chahiye. I'd be damn happy. I'd love, my ideal is to be like Amir Khan. Do one film every couple of years or less than one film a year and be the main guy, And you don't have to then do interviews on funny show on TV. You can promote in your own way. You can be a proper actor. You don't have to become like a desperate entertainer looking to, trying to go everywhere and do everything so people come and see the film. I mean, that's another issue only, the amount of publicity we are asked to do. It takes the fun out of being an actor. You start becoming somebody who's like running around pretending to be all kinds of people so that people come and see your film.
But that wasn't the case earlier, right?
No, it was so much simpler, You just do the film, you do a couple of interviews, Filmfare or something, and say, this is my role, and you're done. You can do one good interview, I feel. The rest of if you have to do 3 interviews in a day, then you're just talking, and you can't read what you're saying yourself because it's so bloody boring.
2013, बहुत कम देख रहे हैं आपको.
जैसे आपने पहले बोला था, I think some wrong films, some whatever the choices were, I don't know because time changes so fast. I don't remember what I was thinking then. I was maybe thinking I should make some money, I should settle in life. I don't know what all I was thinking. But then after that I said, okay, no, I'm not happy with those decisions. I'm not happy how I'm feeling. I think, there's not too many people telling me what to do also. I'm used to that, So nobody was saying anything. People don't really tell people what's happening, whether it's going right, wrong, Put on weight, they don't tell you. But everyone talks about it.
But they will tell you, "आप बहुत अच्छे लग रहे हो, wow."
I no, not really that. They just don't tell you. Listen, nobody's your mother, is what I'm saying. You have to do it on your own. So whatever happened, I realized that I want to work with good directors because it's there's a lot of dangerous people out there who can spoil your career because everyone's trying to do something, but to spot the smart guy is also the job and to do the right films. Vickey, Just call me back. Sarah's calling me. I have to meet her for dinner. So I'm going to call her, and then you call me back in 1 minute, okay?
ठीक है
Carry
सर,
on.
ठीक है.